Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us on Behind the Firewall. I am your host, Mike Downer. I'm here with Edgar Ortiz, the managing partner of CMIT Solutions of Des Moines. How are we doing today, Edgar?
Oh, we're doing amazing. It's getting warmer here in Iowa, so that's always a plus. So happy to be here again and to see how we can help small, medium-sized businesses, not only here in Des Moines, but also in Kansas.
Perfect. So, Edgar, today I think what we're going to be talking about is cloud computing worth it for a small to mid-sized business? So, what I wanted to ask you is, what are the real benefits, risks, and costs of moving to the cloud for a small to mid-sized business?
No, this is a great starting point. Cloud computer just means that instead of running your software and storing all your data on your computer or servers sitting in your office, like back in the day, you're
Yep.
doing it on servers in a secure data center that you have access over the internet. So it's just simple. You're pretty much taking your stuff from your computer and literally put it somebody else's computer. That is the whole concept of that. And here's the thing, Mike. Most business owners are already using cloud computer, and they don't realize that if you use Gmail or you use Outlook online, you are in the cloud, basically. If you file sync with OneDrive, SharePoint, that is the cloud right there. If your accounting team logs in into QuickBooks online instead of the desktop version that a lot of people had it or still having, that is the cloud right there. What it means for the daily operation is pretty simple. Your data and your application lives in a professionally managed secure facility. So instead of uh, using just a box in your closet office,
Yep.
your team access everything through the internet, and as long as they have a connection, pretty much they can work from anywhere, anytime, in any device that you're having your organization. So the real question isn't should I move to the cloud. The real question is how much of my business should be in the cloud, and I am doing it securely. That's kind of pretty much the real question of this is how much I'm going to take from my business and put it into the cloud and do it safely.
So that leads me. That's a great explanation. And I think you opened a lot of people's eyes to the fact that they're like, oh, I'm not in a cloud, and actually they are. Every human kind of is, even people are, because I have Gmail. So so can you explain the difference between a public cloud, a private cloud, and a hybrid cloud, and which types of businesses are actually the best fit for each?
Amazing question. So there's three main models in which one fits depends of on your business pretty much.
Okay.
So you have the three models and they're going to affect fits depends on your business, yeah, and your industry and the compliance requirement. This is a key point. All this, what compliance requirements you have is what is going to fit into your organization. First, a public cloud that
Yeah.
services like Microsoft 365, Google Workspace, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure. You are sharing that structure with others. You're sharing that all those services with other customers. But your data is locally separated and secure. This is the most affordable option that it is out there. It's what the majority of small businesses in Des Moines use. If you got 10 to 20 to 50 person company without a heavy regulation requirements, like the public cloud is probably your best starting point. Okay. Second, you have is the private cloud. This is a dedicated cloud environment that is built exclusively for your organization. Nobody else is on your structure inside of that. You see this more in like industries with strict compliance, strict requirements, financial services, healthcare, business that are handling sensitive government data. It costs more. Definitely, it's a little bit more expensive, but it gets the extra layer of control and isolation that those services need. Now, the third is the hybrid cloud, which is a mix of both. So maybe you keep your most sensitive data on a legacy application and your local structure, but you run your email, your collaboration tools, your productivity apps in the public cloud. For a lot of business in Des Moines, I wanted to say that hybrid ends up being the sweet spot. You get the flexibility and cost savings of the public cloud and for most of your operations, and you can keep tighter controls and private infrastructure from stuff that really needs it. So you can actually kind of have the both words right there.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So Edgar, let me ask you, what kind of cost savings and operational efficiencies do businesses gain from cloud services, especially with pay-as-you-go pricing for support and remote or hybrid teams?
That's honest answer. Cloud computer almost always save you money over time.
Okay.
But you have to do it right. When I say doing it right, kind of let me explain a little bit about that.
Please do.
When you run everything on premise, that means your box in your closet, a lot of business had in the past or still having, you're buying those servers. You're paying someone to maintain them. You are paying for electricity. You are paying for cooling those racks. You are replacing hardware every 3 to 5 years, whether you're planning for it or not. So that's one of the key points right there. You need to replace them. And you're paying for all of the capacity where you are using only 10% or you're using 100%. With the cloud, you shift to pay as you go model. So that's kind of pretty much how it works. You only pay for what you use. You need to scale up, and then that because you hire 5 new people, that's you need to add 5 licenses. You need to scale back because you reduce your team and probably you're using AI. So more massive capital and expenditure and hardware. No more paying for your server, surviving one more summer because it gets really hot and that thing goes down. But the biggest efficiency gain isn't even the hardware savings, that you get. It's the anywhere access advantage. That is kind of the advantage of having some things in the cloud. It's just the access advantage. Cloud computing gives the more businesses, the ability to compete with companies that are 10 times bigger than them, their sizes. And here at CMIT Solution, we make sure the transition is seamless. So your team can work from the office, from home, from a coffee shop, if you're here in Des Moines, from the East Village, from Ankeny, in a site in Ankeny, and they have the exact same access and the exact same files in applications. That the flexibility used to be reserved for enterprise and companies with massive budgets.
Right.
But cloud levels the playing field for small businesses here in Des Moines.
So I know that a lot of small business owners worry about security in the cloud. Why is a properly managed cloud environment often actually more secure than the traditional on-premise systems, Edgar?
That's what I say that I hear that every single week, Mike. So, and I completely understand the instincts, but this is where I have to kind of bust the myth. The biggest misconception in Des Moines for business owners have they have about cloud computing is that is less secure. The truth is, when in CMIT solution we manage your cloud environment, we definitely properly secure the layers that needs to be secure. It's actually more secure than the most business running their own. So that's kind of one of the myths right there. Thinking about Microsoft and Amazon, they spend billions of dollars a year in security. Pretty much billions that they have dedicated security teams. They have monitor threat 24/7. They have physical security at their data centers. Those data centers are really secure. We have some data centers here in Iowa, and you can drive through there and see the security. And I need to tell you really something. I was talking to a friend because there's a data center here in a town here. And I was talking to my friend saying that every time that I drive, I was in the military myself. So every time that I drive to there, remind me to a base that we were when we were in Iraq. And I say, this really takes me back because how it's built, the security entrance and the defenses and everything around this data center definitely looks, like a military base, look casual. So they have redundant, one of the biggest things, they have redundant backup across multiple geographic region. So even if one facility has a disaster that goes down, your data is safe somewhere else. So when you're doing that on house, that you need to actually have redundancy. You need to purchase two servers. You need to purchase two. You need to create that redundancy to if something goes down, the other one is working. Now with these cloud centers, they have that. Now compare that what typically I walk into a small business for the first time. I start setting in the closets.
Okay, let's go through this question one more time. It was about how many small business owners worry about the security of the cloud, and why is it important to have a company properly manage that cloud system for you?
Got it. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah. So yes, I heard that multiple times a week, and I completely understand the instinct. But that's where we have to bust the myth of a cloud. The biggest kind of misconception that small businesses owner have about cloud computer is that it's less secure. The truth is that we actually help you to manage your cloud environment. We help you to properly secure those layers in your cloud. Is actually a little bit more secure because we put those layers behind your cloud services. For most business owners thinking about using, Microsoft, actually Amazon, Google, they spend a lot of money in this facility. They spend a lot of money in security. They spend, I can say, billions of dollars. They have dedicated security teams for security. They have security in those data centers. Like I've been mentioned, some security, some places look like a military base, and how the security is built around. If something happened in, for example, data centers that we have here in Iowa, they go down because a disaster happened. In Iowa, we have tornadoes. A tornado goes through, and that tornado happened. They have another location that you're going to spin up that your data right there. Now compare that what typically you see when I walk into a business, a small business for the first time, a server sitting in that closet. Maybe the door is locked, or maybe it is not locked, and people have access to get in and out, and nobody's actually monitoring that after hours. Software's update 6 months behind. Nobody's updating those softwares in that place. The backup drive sitting right next to their server. So there is a fire and a flood or a tornado. You get a ransomware attack. You lose everything. You lose everything right there. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not saying that the cloud is automatically as secure because you migrated to the cloud, everything. It is critical distinction between both. If you just throw your data up there without proper configuration, without multi-factor authentication, without access controls, without actually encryption, you absolutely have a problem. That is the distinction right there between those. It's not because I'm migrated to the cloud, I'm safe and secure. No, you are not. And those clouds go down. Those places go down. That is the reason I say you need to have a 3-2-1 in order to actually, if something goes down over there, you have it here or you have it over there. And that exactly is having a managed IT partner like us. At CMIT, we configure your cloud environment. We use the same layer of security approach. We use everything for everything else: endpoint detection, email filtering, access management, encryption, 24/7 monitoring. It allows the whole ecosystem to work together.
Right. It sounds like you help them make it run smoothly. So how does cloud technology help Des Moines businesses compete with companies where in the world anywhere in the world by enabling secure access from anywhere?
Yeah, that's an amazing question because that's what we do at CMIT. We help you to manage and mitigate the risk. We help you to understand your critical data. And from there, we help businesses to move to the cloud the right way. We don't go out and I say, we don't sell you tools. That's one thing that we start. We don't sell you tools, and because every single managed provider out there could be using the same providers and the same tools. We are your advisor, and we're here to advise you to the right plan. And the right plan is when we move your business to the cloud, we do it the right way. We do it with a plan. We do it with the proper security. We do it without disrupting your daily operations. And the last part is the key. The number one fear I hear isn't actually security. It is downtime.
Yep.
So that's how we work. Business owners are terrifying that their team won't be able to work during the transition, all this. That is not how we do it. We plan the migration in phases. We first we have access to what you currently have and determine what should be moved to the cloud and what should stay. Then we build a timeline. We test everything in a staging. the environment before we flip. You stay in the environment before we flip that switch. And we do the heavy lifting after hours or sometimes during the weekends. So your team show up on Monday morning and everything just work. Maybe they notice things that are a little faster. That is the only disruption they should feel. So how is actually everything is working a little bit faster? But we do it with a plan, and we do it thinking about your business first.
Perfect. So when a business owner does move to the cloud, what are some of the most common mistakes that they make while moving to the cloud, and how can they avoid those, Edgar?
Three big ones, Mike. I see all them regularly.
Okay.
Kind of mistake number one, moving fast without a plan, like we just talked about. It's just moving fast without having no other plan. I see business trying to migrate everything over a single weekend without zero testing and no rollback plan. That's how you end up with a lot of lost data, broken emails, and a team that can't access their file when I say before on a Monday morning. That's one of the biggest one. Migration without a plan is just chaos. It's no have good intentions right there. I guess mistake number two is choosing the wrong provider or the wrong platform. Not every cloud solution fits every business. A 5-person law firm has a complete different needs than a 40-person manufacturing company. That's just a fact. We help clients evaluate what actually makes sense for their size, their industry, and just like I said before, and their specific workflow. Before they commit to anything, we look your business. We look into your business. We look into your plan. We don't just migrate you just to give you a cloud services. And mistake number three, and this is a big one, no securing the cloud environment after migration. Yes, those things are secure and everything, but you need to put some security layers on it. Moving to the cloud is step one. Securing the cloud is step two. And one of the biggest thing for businesses, 3 decent step. Just that's what's going to get you to the finish line, and get everything migrated and never giving everything migrated and never lock it down. That's not the right thing to do. Having MFA, no having access control, default administration setting everywhere. That is a big recipe for a breach.
Great answer. Very informative. So the last question that I'm going to ask you for today. So we've talked about the cloud migration in previous episodes. We've talked about your managed IT services. So how do CMIT's cloud solutions integrate with your broader managed IT services like monitoring, cybersecurity, backup, and ongoing support, Edgar? How do you merge those?
That's the kind of the right question to end on. When businesses sign up for the cloud services on their own, they get the tools, but they don't get the security. They don't get the monitoring. They don't get the backup strategy or the integration that make those tools reliable and safe. I want to say CMIT Solutions Cloud is in a separate thing we bolt on. It is part of your entire management IT ecosystem. Your cloud environment is monitored the same way we monitor your endpoints, your computers, your servers. your cloud backups are part of the same backup strategy that covers your entire business. Your cloud security is managed alongside your email security, alongside your network security, your endpoint protection, that computer, that protection in that computer. Everything talks to everything. So it is the difference between buying a lock for your front door or having a complete security system with cameras, sensor, monitoring, and someone watching it around the clock. That's the key point right there, is someone that is watching this 24/7. The lock is fine, but it is not. It is not a strategy. That's just kind of the biggest thing right there.
Perfect. Well, again, Edgar, you've given us a lot of information about moving to cloud services, how people are probably already using them and not even knowing. I always enjoy our talks. I learn a lot. And I think you're helping business owners see how, having a managed IT company like CMIT Solutions could really benefit their business. So thanks for joining me today, Edgar. And for our next episode of Behind the Firewall, we're going to figure out how to protect ourselves from ransomware.
Excellent. Yeah. Thank you. Always happy to be here and start helping small business out there. And for them to know that they're going to have a partner, an advisor that is not only going to help them with any tools, but we're going to help them with the really strategic plan that is going to keep them safe and they're going to keep them running. So guess see you in the next episode.
Thanks, Edgar. Have a great day.
Have a good day.